Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 84 of the Yarnivore Podcast. I am Sadie. I am tired. I just took some painkillers, so I might get a little loopy. Doing a wild berry zinger today in my teacup, which has the adorable sheep that change color depending on, as you can see, my tea is hot. They will be black by the end of the show, I guarantee you. And I have a snoot rummaging around down here. Let's see if I can bring her up. Saucer, come here. Come here. Come here, my snoot. Come say hi. They haven't seen you. I know. And then I have to put you down so you don't hurt my stitches. This is Sassy, also known as the sausage. Come here. Come here. Look over here. Look over here. Say hi, everybody. That's Miss Sassy, but she is very into the licking right now, so I'm going to put her down. You stay down there now. Okay, lay down. Or go get a toy. Either way. No, you don't come up again. I might have set a bad precedent there. But down, please. Down. Now you've met her. You've met Kachansky and Sassy, the new crew, and I'm sure you'll see her waddle around. There she goes. She's got force with that tongue, let me tell you. So I have two finished, well, technically I have three finished objects, but I have two finished objects. You know what I mean. I have a pair of socks that's finished, and I have an object. So let's start at the start. You've seen this before while I was working on it. It's the Montague Bulky Vest by, I believe, Clara Ellen. Hold on, let's see. Melissa LeBaire. It's from New England Knits. Just put out by Interweave. Just flip back and forth between Rav. I didn't use what it called for. I used handspun, which was a combo spin. And I told you everything that's in the combo spin. All of the things fell down, and I can't bend like that right now, so there was Hobbledehoy, there was Southern Cross, there was, I want to say, Spunky Eclectic, and there was one more, which is not on top, so I can't tell you. And so I spun those as a combo spin. I ended up with a skein left over, which is awesome. I went down a needle size. It called for a 9mm. I actually went down to an 8mm. And I also went down a size in the actual sizes. I was going to do an extra large, and I ended up doing a large, or it was a double X, and I ended up doing the XL. I ended up doing the second biggest instead of the biggest, because when I cast on the biggest, I got, like, it was way too big. The back was way too big, and I knew I had to go down, and I was right to, because I finished, and it fits me really nicely. I will take a picture eventually. I should have taken a picture. I'm not going to show it to you. I'm not wearing a bra. I can't wear one right now. And there's the back. It has this gorgeous lace pattern. And it's knit, you knit the two front parts, the back, and then you pick up and knit the ribbing around the neck. I could put it on over top of my hoodie, I guess. But I'm not sure how awesome it's going to look, and I'm not sure. Don't know if I should stand up. It might be hard to get back down here. Gotta love having surgery. This was supposed to only be 4 inches, and I did 6 because I wanted a little longer, because that's who I am. I like the roll neck better than not having the neck there, because it means that I can close it much better in the front. So here's the front. I haven't blocked it yet. I have to weave in the ends and block it. There's the side profile for you. And yeah, so I can put it over top of my hoodie. It looks okay. I really liked it. I recommend knitting it. It was super easy, and the lace was super easy to memorize, because let me tell you, I'm on painkillers. I can't follow a lot of directions, and this was fine. Although I think at that point I was just knitting the ribbing, but it is a super easy pattern. And yeah. I also did, they only call for you to do one little ridge down here, but I did 3 because I wanted to add that on there. I will block it to pull a little longer just because that's what I want it to do, but it fits around me nice. It's very warm, it's very squishy. So great if you want to do a bulky spin and then knit it up into something. Really quick, as you've seen, I knit it super fast. So really happy with that. So I've done 2 things out of Timeless Knits, or New England Knits, Timeless Classic Knit, blah blah blah. And I've really enjoyed that. I forgot to bring something in here, but I guess I'll just show you next time. I picked up the, or no, it's all the way over there. I'm not getting it. It's the Japanese Stitch Dictionary. I picked that up. I was going to show it to you, but no, I'll do that next week, or the week after. I'm going to try to get back to a weekly schedule because I think that just works better for me now that the hubby's gone and I can start making semblance of my life and I'm not so busy. Then I finished these. They are online sock in a colorway that has a number that I got at Goodwill, which I am sure is no longer in production. It is the Rock Pool sock pattern by Mina Phillips, who is also known as the Knitting Expat, who has a wonderful little podcast. I didn't do the German short row heel it calls for. I did a Fish Lips Kiss because I was on a Fish Lips Kiss vibe, and it worked. And again, whatever works when you're halfway out of it works. So those are done. They're for my one sister-in-law, and I wanted to see if I could make another pair out of the skein, but I have less than half, so I don't think it's going to be enough. So I'm just going to say screw it and knit my other sister-in-law out of different yarn. So these are done. I'm going to put them away. I'll just put them in here till Christmas. Although that would be the wife that is married to my brother, who is currently having pancreatitis issues. So I might send it to her as a cheer up present because I got him a hoodie from the ship we're on, so because he likes that stuff, and then I might like just throw them in together and send them to him as a cheer up thing. It's a thought, right? It's the thought that counts. So what do I have in terms of knitting? Well, the Sunset Highway, which I probably don't have an amazing picture of. It looks something like this, only it has color. It's by Caitlin Hunter, who has done many wonderful patterns, and I have several, which I want to knit. In my Fat Squirrel Fibers bag, I have the Pim from Shepherd's Bush, which I went to, which is awesome, and I need to do a floss tube video because I have stuff to report. I am doing this out of, oh, and I used a US 1 2.25mm needle for my socks, as I always do. I am knitting this out of Diamond Luxury Traditional Sock in 4 different colors. I picked this up at Prairie Lily in Saskatoon. So if you're ever in Saskatoon, check out Prairie Lily Knitting. It's kind of in the industrial area by the Idlewild Value Village, so you can do some thrifting and head on over. Lovely manager, owner, not sure. Very wonderful people, great selection, great yarns, great prices, so head on over there if you're in Saskatoon. I am not affiliated with them, but they are awesome. I am using a 3.5mm needle, a US 4, and I have separated the sleeves. I'm so excited about it. Oh, and my little birdie, this one is from Decor Noir. I also have a set from Andre Sue Knits. There's my insides. So that's the back. That's the short row shaping on the back. Here's where we're at. I am now into stockinette mindlessness, which I am actually really appreciating. So I do this for a million years, and then I do ribbing and I bind off. So there you have it. Super excited. I was worried that the second color wasn't going to be different enough, but if I hold it back here where it's true to color, you can see it is significantly different. This is a very bluey blue, and this is more of a green, but it works, and I love it, and it's going to be smooshy and wonderful, and because of the content, I'm going to be able to like throw it in the machine. I think anyway. This is 42% wool, 51% acrylic, 7% nylon. I'm pretty sure it can go in the washer and then lay flat to dry. I have to double check the other side because I only have half of it. I don't know why. But that's where I'm at with that. So making good progress, which makes me happy, because progress is about all I've got right now. Like, can't move, can't clean, can't do much of anything, but I can actually, in fact, knit. And I dug out a new cross stitch because I figured I should start a new one to try and get me back into cross stitching. I need something super small because I can't like set anything on myself. And usually when I'm cross stitching, I set it down here, like, well, you can't see my hands, but I set it down, it kind of on my, like, leaning into my lap almost. And I do have a stand, but I'm lazy. So in my Japanese knot bag, which I got at a random craft fairy thing that was in the mall over here, I showed it before with the card and I lost the card, but it's out of this adorable Dia de los Muertos Star Wars fabric that is just adorable. I started my Desert Vista Dyework socks for January. Woot woot! And the one that was picked, these are going to be for my husband. I'm doing husband socks in January, and he's like at 11.5 foot. This is Susan's Afghan. Suzanne's. And it's very retro. I'm using a 2.5, which is a US 2? 1.5. I think it's a US 1.5. And I'm doing the pinstripey pattern I've talked about before. Slip 1, knit 7, slip 1, knit 7 all the way around, and then you knit around. So here's how far I've gotten, which is pretty awesome. The ribbing's done. I did my traditional however many of ribbing. I think I did 5. And this is a 6 stripe, so I probably should have done 6, but I was really over ribbing at that point. And he said I can do a fish lips kiss heel, but he has a really high arch, so I'm leaning towards not doing that and doing a traditional afterthought. We'll see. Might be able to accommodate for it. I don't know yet. But that's the first sock. We're getting there. It's a pretty sock. And in my Yoda One Valentine kit bag, there may be, talking to my sewer person, she has a couple bags cut out. She might try and get those done. If she does, they will go up on the website with some yarn, and you can get those. All the pre-orders are out. They went out. They're good. And now that they're gone, I can tell you, you got mini skeins and you got a Star Wars themed Notions triangle pouch. It's really adorable. So there you have it. Not sure if we're going to be doing another one or when that's going to happen. It depends on the interest. And out of the Scruffy Nerf Herder colorway, because I have the I had the prototypes that I dyed to make sure everything was cool, and my mom decided she wanted a shawl, so I'm basically making up this pattern as I go. I'm probably halfway done. I dyed the prototypes on sport weight and I had 2 left over, so I'm almost on the first skein, and then I'm gonna do a second skein because I want it to be big. She wants it to be warm, and let's face it, this isn't very big. And if I like the pattern when I'm done, I'll write it up. It'll probably be a free thing. But like I said, I gotta finish it, and then I want to try it in sock yarn to see how that works. See if I like it better in sock, or if I have to change anything, because the sport weight one's going to be significantly bigger. So there's that, and that was on the Siren Sport by Knitter's Nightmare in the Scruffy Nerf Herder colorway, which will be limited edition to these kits for the next 6 months. And then, see, I told you I've been doing a lot. We're not even evening, okay? Actually, I've got 2 more. In my Pokemon bag, which is from Yarn Friendly, Holla, who is a Saskatchewanian. I love my Pokemon bag. It fits a lot. It makes me happy. There's just so much of it to love. I'm doing the How Cold Is It mittens by Drunk Girl Designs. So if you're offended easily, then these are not mittens for you, and you can just fast forward until you see me pull out a different project bag. I am doing these out of, and hold on, I think I can just open my Rav page and tell you. This is so bad for me as a person, isn't it? But you see, I have it in here, so I can actually tell you. Because apparently at some point, I decided I needed to put everything into my stash. That hasn't happened in a long time. This is the 3 Irish Girls Glen Haven Cashmerino sock in the Salt Spray colorway. There you have it. 3 Irish Girls Cashmerino sock in the Sea Spray, which is this loveliness, and it's so soft and it's so wonderful. I'm so glad I frogged the MCal I was in that I didn't like. And the other one I'm using is this. It was a prototype. It's gray and it has red flecks throughout, and this is on, I believe it's the Noodle sock. Might not be the Noodle sock. It's on a sock base. I don't think Annette used it for very long because it was one of the earlier ones. But Soft Like Kittens, which you can't get anymore. And so here's where I'm at with this. Here's the second mitten. And I'm on the ribbing that takes me forever. So Tracy, who's not Tracy at all, Reese from the Passionate Spinner podcast decided to have a VKN, and it happened that I watched the podcast in time to know that the VKN was happening, and thankfully she said what time it would be in the Pacific Northwest, so I knew I could make it because I couldn't figure out the times in my head at that point. And so there was a VKN, and it was wonderful, and I got to meet a bunch of wonderful people and see all their stuff, so that was exciting. And so I cast this one on, and I got that many rows done before I said screw it and went to something else. I ended up working on like 3 projects, but the cool thing is I finished the first mitt without the thumb. So this is cold as fuck. How cold is it? And here's the back side. There's my little thumb. I'm gonna do the thumbs last because I hate doing thumbs. It is, I used a US 1, I believe, 2.25 millimeter needle. Yeah, they're on my turbos, Addy turbos. Or this is the sock one, Sock Rockets. They're Addy Sock Rockets, which I really like, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the best needles I like are. I'm thinking about getting a pair of interchangeables soon. I've always wanted interchangeables. I may as well just suck it up. Like, no time like the present, right? So here it is on my hand. It's very fitted. I have big meaty hands, so it's very fitted on 72 on the US 1. But I believe the original pattern calls for it to be done on a 2.25, or on a 2.5, or a 2.75. Where is the original page? Size 2. Yeah. So it's a size 2 is a 2.5, so I'm using a 2.25 because I knew a 2.5 would be too big. And this is actually the level of comfort I like in a mitten. I like them to be nice and tight and close because I know they'll be warm. And yeah. After the ribbing, it's a joy to knit. I just hate this ribbing. Never going to do it again. If it's called for, I'm skipping it. That's just, yeah. That's just, yeah. But I'm still loving color work. I'm still good on it. I've just been really out of it. I know I've said that a million times, but I feel the need to express how completely out of it I've been. Which we all understand because gallbladder surgery is major surgery. But, yeah. So, stockinette. Awesome. And the last thing I've been working on, which you haven't seen because I started working on it after everything. Did I print out the... I did. Mwahaha. Is the Marled Mania sweater by Stephen West. And I actually went down a size. I was gonna cast on, I cast it on, you cast on all the same no matter what, I believe. Yeah, like you do the same thing from here into your increases until a certain point where you decide you're going to separate for the arms. And so I decided that while I had gone up to the 49-inch one, 49-inch chest, because I'm a 40, it depends on what bra I'm wearing, but I range between a 45 and a 47. It tells you it depends. But I was like, no, I don't want it to be that huge. Like, I want it to be like big enough. And I looked at it and it seemed big enough. So I ended up going down and not doing the XL and doing the L, and then switching everything to the L measurements for the further down. And that worked perfectly fine. And I love using odds and ends. It is oddly refreshing. Like, it's like crack, okay? This marling thing, I'm gonna get the leggings pattern too, I bet, because I was like, I need leggings like this. Although, we'll see once I've done the sleeves, because the sleeves have to match the body in my head. So I've been, like, stopping at a certain point and, like, throwing them all into my bag. So I have a reusable shopping bag. It's just big and green, and it's from the public health district when they were around, so. But it's huge, and that's awesome. So I've just been throwing all the odds and ends I've used in there so that I can recreate the same thing on the sleeves. But I love it so much. I finished the body. So you knit the body on a US, what are you? I know you've been marked. I know you'll tell me what you are. I know it's a 5mm needle. Yes, a US 8, 5mm. And the ribbing is on a 4.5, which is a 7. And so I actually posted a picture of me wearing this on Instagram. That's as good as it gets. And the cat sitting on it, because I laid it down to take a picture and she was like, mine. So here it is in all of its glory. Up at the top, so you hold two strands of fingering together. Up at the top we have this Patons Croix. It's a heathery color, and I had a crap ton of this left over from my aunt's, and you may remember I tried to knit a hoodie out of it and I just gave up because it looked weird on the boob. And then I've got hedgehog fibers. It's actually a lot more red. Pull it back here. That's pretty close. It's very red brown, but it's called hedgehog, and it's 100% superwash merino. And then I have a crap ton of sock scraps, be they ones that have been used in the cozy mitered square blanket or not, or they're just waiting. They're in the bag for the cozy mitered blanket. I basically took just a crap ton of my odds and ends, and then I picked them up as I went, following the instructions to knit a couple rows with one and then add another in, and then knit a couple rows with the next one and then add the next color in, which, by the way, is insanely fun. Insanely fun. And then I did the calls for the ribbing. It didn't say to switch out, but I switched back because I think that's what they did in the pattern. And then on the sleeves, let's see if I can, sleeves that look like that, you get thumb holes in them, so you start knitting the main colors again back down here. So that's going to be awesome. But so I get to start the sleeves tonight. It's super quick because it's addictive, and it's knit on 5s and 4s, and I want to marl everything in my life now. I'm not even lying to you. That's why I said I'm probably going to make the leggings, because this is so much fun. The other great thing is the pattern has you turn things inside out, so you knit the knit part, like you knit, you don't have to purl anything. You basically knit it inside out and then flip it. But look at how cute that is too. I like that. I like it all. Marl, where it's at. Loving it. Loving it. But see how big it is? Like, seriously. Like, there's a reason I stopped so early, because let's face it, like, yeah, no. Because I don't like baggy armpits. I'm not a fan of the baggy armpits, but, like, how great is that? One moment. Sorry about that. Doctor checking in. So, Marled, Marled. Have you marled? I think you should marl. Do you have a lot of scraps? Oh my goodness. Like, how fulfilling is it that from here to here, those are just odds and ends. Those are just saved odds and ends. Like, awesome. Oh, so satisfying. I love it. So I just have the sleeves left on this. I'm sure they will be equally as quick to do, because let's face it, that took me no time at all. Really, like, I got addicted to it. And my husband, who had to go back to work, but then we are not Super Bowl people. I'm trying to organize stuff, which I really shouldn't be trying to do while I talk. The Super Bowl we didn't really care about. We watched the Puppy Bowl and the Kitten Bowl for a little bit, but he's been taking good care of me, so he got a new video game, Monster Hunter World, and he's been playing that on the PS4. So yeah, I've been knitting and watching YouTube and just having fun with that, and then napping intermittently. So it's been real fun to just hang out and stuff. I'm not sure if it's real fun because I am in pain, but it's been very relaxing and restful for the most part. So that is pretty awesome. That is what I've been knitting. Now we have some haul. Some of which I was going to show you before and I forgot to, and some of which has appeared recently. So let's just hit it up. I was going to show you the Japanese Stitch Dictionary, which I think a lot of people have, and so I'm not going to, because it's over there and I'm not getting it. This came in the mail from my lovely friend Awilda. She got me a yarn club. Like, what the hell? You wish your friends were that cool. And this is the first one. It came with some amazing smelling hand lotion. It smells like Black Burn, which is a New Zealand thing. It's the logo, they say. The New Zealand logo, that lovely little fern thing, this is what it smells like. And it's amazing. It's like Makakui or Maluluka, whatever. And this is from Dark Harbor Yarns, and it has a niche tag on it as well. And this is Sunshine Bay. It's 100% New Zealand merino, 4-ply fingering, machine washable, lay flat to dry and shade. 400 meters, 125 grams. And it's, look at how beautiful that is. Like, the tonality in it, and it's put it over here for a sec. And then we have Desert Vista Dye Works I got for Christmas that came. Well, my husband ordered it for a Christmas present, and then I laughed at him because I knew it wasn't going to ship until he got a click and ship notice, and he was like, I don't know why. And I was like, because she dies to order. So anyway, it's Close Encounters, and it is gorgeous. So that's going into the stack of possibility. I have not planned March. I really should, but I haven't. And then, because I was having a moment, I should not be allowed anywhere near shopping when I have a moment, but I was having a moment, and I had a coupon, you know, the coupon you get 30% off because you've done the thing for so long. And so I was like, well, I need more anyway, because if I do it next year, I'm going to need more, and I always need more because it's stripy yarn. And so I got Berlin Cathedral. This one's on Sparkly, which is Design base, because hello, I'm obsessed with Germany, and it's awesome. Then I got Les Mis, because that's one of my favorite books. This is on the Viso base. Maybe I'll reread Les Mis and knit these socks. Of course, I will get past the first 6 chapters while knitting these socks, and then I will have to read more for like the rest of the year. Edward Scissorhands, because it's Edward Scissorhands, and duh. Like, come on. And lastly, which I will probably have to pull out this album and listen to it on repeat for a while when I'm knitting this, is Pretty Hate Machine. Which of course is 9 Inch Nails. who I've seen live and I love. So those are the ones I ordered. And then today, which might have been yesterday because I didn't check the mail, I got the You Finished All 12 Months gift, which is Raining Rainbows, Storm Cloud 3-stripe colorway, and Raining Rainbows sprinkle accent. How? I'm going to take it out of its bag now. This is going to be crinkly, but I want you to see it, and the glare just does not do it justice. Like, how awesome is this? This might get cast on in March. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to. This is so Pacific Northwest. This is so Pacific Northwest. It just makes me happy. My inner goth just stood up and moped. I do love it. So Susan, you're awesome, and the limited colorway is amazing, and this is 49 of 95, so I'm in good company. I actually saw it on Pam's, and I was like, oh, I should go check the mail, but it was dark, and I was not getting out the flashlight and hobbling my way over. I also got, and I'm not taking these out, the minis for having participated on Instagram so much. So these might end up going into something marled. I'm just saying. You should participate so you get things to marl. Because marling is where it's at. It's my new mantra. I want to find patterns I can marl. I'm worried if I try fading things and I decide I like fading things as much as I like marling, I'm really in trouble. But that's everything I've been up to since surgery, and I'm healing up. I can now wear drawstring pants without the drawstring tied up. I'm getting there. My belly button's killing me. But yes, that is everything I received and knit on, and hopefully I have more to show you next week. I hope you had a great knitting week, and if you need show notes, they will be up in the Ravelry group. That's where I'm doing all my links and show notes right now. So do come join the Yarnivorous group. I know it was kind of dead for a while there, but it's coming back to life, and I plan to do some awesome things coming up, and that's pretty much all I've got. So I'll see you again next week. Bye.